Welcome to Freaky Fauna Friday, where every Friday we take a little time and explore some of the freaks of nature from around the planet we cherish so deeply. So please, jump aboard and let's explore the wilds together. Welcome back to Freaky Fauna Friday. I'm the great and peaceful Mystery.
And I'm Jay. We're back on another Friday.
And this is going to be the exact opposite of last week's episode.
Finally, because sorry about last week, guys. I mean,
Mosquitoes are important.
Left on a little sad note for the weekend, but you know what? This weekend
is a lot better. This is one of the animals that made us think it was extinct and then came back.
All right.
The spiny tree lobster.
Oh, okay. A tree lobster?
Yeah. Do you know what a tree lobster is?
Is it like a stick bug?
No, it's a spiny tree lobster.
It's an actual lobster?
So you know what a spiny lobster is, right?
Yeah.
Like the big crayfish?
Right.
Now one in a tree.
You mean above water?
And yeah, in a
above
tree.
the surface?
In a tree.
Like a stick bug?
Yeah, they're stick bugs.
Are they really? Or?
They're close. They're close cousins of stick bugs.
I feel like either we've talked about this or I know a little bit about this.
We've talked about it before.
Okay.
I love spiny tree lobsters because they were rediscovered in my lifetime.
Oh.
So they were a cryptid.
Oh.
People were like, there's a lobster that lives in trees out here. And everybody's like, come on. And then they seen a lobster in the trees. And I'm like, oh. No, so they are critically endangered.
Oh, okay.
But they were extinct.
Aha.
So they've gotten better.
So they're on the rebound.
Yeah, so Trichotillus australis, also known as the Lord Howe Island stick insect, the Lord Howe Island peninsimids, or the fun name, the giant spiny tree lobster.
And this was in Australia, you said?
Australis is the scientific name.
Oh, okay.
Just it's in the area, but it's not on mainland Australia.
Oh, okay.
Or not anymore.
Okay.
So yeah, these guys are giant. They are actually giant. They're the only member of their genus.
What's giant? Like how big?
We'll get there. Okay. They're big. They were thought to go extinct, though, in the 1920s. And they were rediscovered in 2001.
Oh, all right.
So almost 100 years. Although it has been, it's talked about as the Lord Howe himself, a remnant population of 24 individuals was rediscovered in a sea stack on Ball's Pyramid. So literally the sea stack is a rock outcrop that had some trees on it.
Okay.
So the mainland island where they were found, they were extinct in 1920. So they thought their species was gone.
Yeah.
This sea stack that had like just a small group of trees on it, like a woods.
Yeah.
I'm talking this thing was probably 200 feet long and 200 feet wide.
Okay.
Tiny. But it's like 50 feet up before you even get to trees.
Okay.
Imagine a grain elevator sitting in the ocean. For anybody in the Midwest or whatever, that's what this was on.
Okay.
It had trees on the top of it. So these things were ignored biologically for surveying for a long time because there's not a lot of habitat. So, you know, there's going to be a couple things on them.
Yeah.
But nothing impressive, right? Well, they were wrong. So they go out there and they rediscovered these on sea stacks.
The spiny tree lobster.
The giant spiny tree lobster.
Yeah. I said tiny. That's
so
funny.
Adult Lord Howe's Island stick insects can measure up to about 8 inches long and weigh up to an ounce.
Okay.
Which is pretty big.
For a bug.
Yeah. Which they are bugs.
It's true.
Mm-hmm. They are oblong shaped with extremely sturdy legs, giving them their lobster nickname. Males have very thick thighs compared to females. So their back legs are extra large.
Two C's.
Huh?
With 2 C's.
Yeah, thick. Unlike most persimids, these insects have no wings. So that's the stick insect family.
Okay.
So they're odd, even for their own family, which stick insects are an odd group in general. Mm-hmm. They are odd among odd. Their behavior of these stick insects are highly unusual compared to other insect species, in that the males and females seem to form bonds of pairs.
Okay.
So this is very odd. This is like mammalian or this is more vertebrate behavior.
It was that monogamous.
Monogamous,
yeah.
The female lays eggs and hanging from the branches. The hatchlings can happen up to 9 months later, which is a very long incubation period. The nymphs are first bright green and very active during the day, but as they mature, they turn black and become nocturnal. This is partitioning. This is the species partitioning, where they are not competing with the adults.
Like what is it? Leopards?
Leopards. not leopards, jaguars. I'm sorry,
Jaguars, that's what it was.
where they have black and yellow cubs
Yeah.
because the cubs aren't. This is niche partitioning. Reproduction can happen without the presence of the male through parthenogenesis. So females, if there are no male presence, they can clone themselves essentially and produce more female offspring. This is a quality that has allowed them to survive in these sea stacks in extremely low numbers. The extinction of these guys, the stick insects was once very, very, very common on Lower Howes Island, where they were used as fishing bait. They were believed to become extinct soon after a supply ship, the SS Mackinac, ran aground on the island in 1918, which allowed black rats to establish.
Oh, no.
So the rats just ate on the mainland the stick insects to extinction.
No wonder why.
After 1920s, no stick insects were found, and the species was declared extinct. Rediscovery. So a team of climbers visiting Ball's Pyramid, which is rocky sea stacks that are 23 kilometers, 14 miles southeast of Lord Howe's Island, rediscovered the dead stick insect.
Wow.
And subsequent years later, climbers found a few fresh carcasses.
Wow, okay.
So they were like, oh, here's a dead one.
Yeah.
And then they found some really fresh ones.
Yeah, because you find a dead one, it couldn't have died that long ago.
Yeah. But expeditions to find a live one were very unsuccessful. So in 2001, an Australian scientist, David Purell and Nicholas Carley, hypothesized that there was significant vegetation on this islet to support a population of these insects. And with two assistants, they traveled to investigate it further. They scaled 120 meters up this rock to get to the grassy, low-angled slope, but only found crickets. And on their descent, the team discovered large insect droppings under a single shrub bush.
Uh-oh.
Growing in the approximately 100 meters above the shoreline. 100 meters, 300 feet.
That's a lot.
This is like a skyscraper that has a little grass on top.
Yeah.
They deduced that they would need to return after dark to find the insects. That was giving them their best chance of finding a living specimen. Charlie returned with a local ranger, Dane, when his camera was flashing, scrambling back up the slopes. They discovered a small population of just 24 of these guys living among a single shrub.
Wow. 24.
In 2003, the research New South Wales National Park and Wildlife Services returned to Ball's Pyramid to collect two breeding pairs. One destined for the private breeder in Sydney and the other for the Melbourne Zoo.
Oh, wow.
So this is part of the Gold Star program.
Yeah.
Where private breeders, when we've talked about it a couple times, like private breeders are very important for endangered species reproduction because some of them can just do it better.
Right, yeah. It's like you guys had bred those fire salamanders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We weren't a part of a Gold Star breeding program, but that's what you do.
But
we were one of 3 people that have ever successfully bred them in the U.S.
Right, exactly.
Because they're very, very hard to breed. The guy that had me before them had them for about 25 years, and they never bred for him.
Wow. Sometimes you have to have that magic touch.
They were in like lab conditions. You know, we gave them a big like biotope area where they could dig, they could swim, they could do whatever they wanted.
It felt more natural.
Yes, and that's sometimes what it takes is matching natural cycles. We allowed them to get cold and get warm, with seasons.
Oh, okay.
So after initial difficulties, the insect was successfully bred in captivity in Melbourne. The ultimate goal was to produce a large population for a reintroduction into Lord Howe's Island. If anybody heard that, that was the invasion of the small people.
And they broke into the studio.
Anyways.
We got them, the doors boarded up now.
After initial difficulties, the insect was successfully bred in captivity in Melbourne. The ultimate goal was to produce a population large enough to reintroduce to Lord Howe's Island, provided that the project to eradicate the invasive rats was successful.
Rats!
In 2006, a captive population of insects numbered about 50 individuals, which is double the wild population, which is impressive.
Well, yeah, the wild population in that one bush.
That was it. One shrub.
Nuts.
With thousands of eggs still to hatch. And in 2008, with Jane Goodall visited the zoo, the population had grown to 11,376 eggs and 700 individual adults.
Oh, all right.
And 20 of which were soon to return to the special habitat on Lord Howe's Island.
Oh, cool. Okay.
So yes, they're starting to finally put them back.
Reintegrate them.
Yeah.
I imagine, if there's 20 that made it in that bush.
24.
And they were just all loaded into one. I just can't imagine how many there actually was when they were in their heyday. Like there had
Oh,
to
they
be-
were so common, they were fishing bait.
Yeah, that's nuts.
And they do produce a lot of eggs.
Okay.
So as of April 2012, the Melbourne Zoo had reportedly bred over 9,000 of the insects, including 1,000 adults plus 20,000 more eggs.
Dang, that's like high-end fishing bait then they're breeding.
In 2012, the Budapest Zoo was the first zoo outside of Australia to reproduce these insects. In 2014, an unauthorized climbing team sighted live stick insects near the summit of Ball's Pyramid, in the thickest of sage plants rooted on very soils, altitudes of 500 meters above sea level, suggesting that the insects' range on the island was now more widespread than previously thought, and the food preferences is not limited to this one plant.
Okay.
So yeah, which you got to take it or leave it. This is on the other end. So the Ball's Pyramid is this stack chain.
Okay.
They originally found them on one of the tiny stacks in one bush.
Right.
So the other side of the pyramid stacks, this unauthorized team, so they're illegally climbing, said that they seen stick insects there too. So take it or leave it.
Right, yeah.
We don't know. By the beginning of 2016, the Melbourne Zoo had hatched over 13,000 eggs and had sent them to zoos in Bristol Zoo in England, the San Diego Zoo in the United States, and the Toronto Zoo in Canada.
All right.
To establish basically an insurance population.
Mm.
In 2018, they announced that the CEO of Lord Howe's Island board had approved a plan to exterminate all the black rats population on Lord Howe's Island to protect the island's ecology and potentially reintroduce other species, plus the giant stick insect. As of 2023, plans were made to reintroduce the stick insect to Blackburn Island, an islet of Lord Howe's lagoon, which is a tiny little, island out there.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, it's a test reintroduction for the larger island.
Just see how they do.
Yeah, and just kind of establish their own population out in the wild.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure they can still hack it and stuff like that.
Fend for themselves. Yeah. Carve out their own niche.
Yeah. In 2025, which is this year, the Prague Zoo joined the conservation program. The zoo became the 6th institution in the world to create living conditions for the species and the 3rd to put them on display. The new Ball's Pyramid exhibit also includes greenhouses and garden beds of cultivated plants used to feed these insects. So yeah, they have their own little exhibit to show you what the top of Ball's Pyramid looks like.
Okay.
So they have like the special bush and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Which I have the scientific name of the bush if you want it, but there's no common name for it.
Oh, okay.
Meli activa Howinen.
And they just seem to think that that's
their main food source.
Oh, food source? Okay.
Yeah. That's why they're all living on it, is because it's the plant they eat. Most stick insects are herbivores.
Right, yeah. The only thing they eat left is they're stuck to it.
So in 2017, a study comparing the DNA sequences of these originating from Ball's Pyramid to those found in a museum of Lord Howe's Island showed that the Ball's Pyramid sequence differed from those of the Lord Howe Island by a degree comparable to the variations within the museum specimens, despite some morphological differences between the two groups. This confirms that the two populations represent the same species, however. The genome was found to be very large in size, over 4 gigabytes, and was probably hexapodal.
Oh, what's that? I don't know what that means for sure.
It just means complex. It's just, yes, they are the same species, even though they looked slightly different. They're phenotypically different. They're genotypically the same animal.
Gotcha. Okay.
That's something they were just making sure of, that this was not its own isolated population.
Okay. Gotcha.
So they were not isolated that long.
Yeah.
So yes, they were isolated for some time, but it was probably every time the island would have blow off or insects, would end up on this island often. We talk about the same thing with like the Columbian mammoths on the islands out in the Pacific, where they had pygmy mammoths, but they also had normal mammoths.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
The Canary Islands, is that what it was? I can't remember.
Maybe.
But because even though it was 18 miles out, Columbian mammoths would swim that far.
Mm-hmm.
And, so there was constantly genetic material. So the Columbian mammoths on that island were the same as the mainland mammoths genetically.
Gotcha.
Plus the pygmy species. So they were separate animals.
Okay.
But yeah, that's the spiny tree lobster, or the Lord Howe Island lobster.
Interesting. All right.
This one I did a lot of stuff in school with because they were very cool. They're one of the larger insects by weight.
Okay.
And they look crazy. They don't look like your typical stick bug. They look heavy set comparatively. They're bulky.
They're thick thighs.
Yeah. The males, that's a part of their breeding stuff.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. There you go.
Hey, interesting. Didn't know about this one
So,
in that detail.
From 24. So this is maybe, showing something for your Vasquita. They went down to 24, and now they're up to tens of thousands.
Let's hope we can have the same recovery from.
And there's always a chance with the Vasquita that they find an isolated population they just did not know about.
That they're hiding in. Yeah,
They're-
hopefully.
They're very smart, so.
Yeah, hopefully they are. You can't rule anything out in nature.
It's the ocean.
Right, the ocean's huge. It's gigantic.
They found this population on a rock
Right.
out in the middle of the ocean.
So who knows what could be out there.
Just a rock.
If there's a will, there's a way.
All right. I have been the great and peaceful mystery.
And I've been Jay.
We'll catch you next week, guys.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to Freaky Fauna Friday. If you want to help the podcast grow, remember to share and give it a 5-star review.